Spring football's in the air, literally. Very few people want to go to a spring football game to see nothing but running plays, and coaches like to open up the playbook a little bit. Jim Harbaugh in Michigan, coming off their first Big Ten title since 2004. No different as the Maize and Blue game. Last of 15 spring practices for Michigan. Alan Bowman getting the passing game going. Second quarter, up top to early enrollee, the freshman Darius Clemens, 35 yards for the score. Game high 10 targets for Clemens, and Bowman just getting started. Fourth quarter, grad student from Texas Tech finds Sam Sterich. Sterich for 600 yards, 2 touchdowns for Bowman. He gets the majority of reps with Davis Warren. J.J. McCarthy did not pass. Blue gets the 20-12 win. No injuries in the game, and as BCSN's Joel Sebastianelli explains, no big changes unveiled at the Big House either.
There's always new faces each semester on campus, but for all the changes to Michigan football, from the coaching staff to the roster, Wolverines looked pretty similar in the spring game. Continuity, that's the buzzword tossed around all offseason, and the Maize and Blue game was a showcase in that.
You know, I feel like this team is picking up right where we left off, honestly. You know, we put in the work in the offseason. You don't want to show too much, right? You know, it's just a spring game. But I know last year a lot of people were like, oh, they can only run the ball. And then we showed them we could throw. And so I think we're an offense that can do really everything.
New co-coordinators on both sides of the ball. Jesse Minter and Steve Klinkscale command the D. Sharon Moore and Matt Weiss oversee the offense, all with ties to the outgoing coaches. The familiarity in scheme and personnel benefit everyone, starting with a seasoned starter like Cade McNamara.
It's my job, kind of as like the top dog, that I have to spread leadership amongst the team. And I'm trying to create opportunities for other guys. Now that we're done with spring, more leadership needs to come. I think having a really good spring is going to make guys more comfortable and confident in themselves.
And newcomers, like the one snapping him the ball.
Football is football. The acclimation didn't take long. The O-line's coming off a Joe Moore award. The team is coming off of making the college football playoffs, and I just love the momentum of the program, and I felt like I could add to it.
McNamara played 2 series for each team, going 3 of 7 for 16 yards. Davis Warren stood out with a game-high 175 yards on 12 of 23 passing for the Maize in his first game action in nearly 3 years.
If there's one dude who's in the film room with me every single time, it was Davis. He's very smart. I think he played really well today. I'm proud of him.
Darius Clemens introduced himself to the Big House with a couple of big plays. The freshman from Portland led all receivers with 10 targets, 3 catches for 52 yards and a touchdown.
When he early in the road, I was like, that's what a receiver should look like. You know, he's big, tall. In the weight room in the winter workouts, you know, he was putting some crazy numbers up. And when he put on the pads, there was no disappointment. You know, he goes up and gets the ball, smooth routes. He's clean. He's going to be a big-time player for us.
All going to work in front of a set of eyes who's had a lot of eyes on him. Jim Harbaugh's former quarterback Colin Kaepernick served as the honorary captain, throwing to draft-eligible players in a workout at halftime.
I think it was huge that Coach Harbaugh brought him around the program. As soon as he walked in the room, he lit up the room. And obviously, I mean, he was throwing to some of our receivers, and he got an electric arm.
I was a 49er fan, so I always watched Coach Harbaugh. Cap was always a QB. I've thrown with him a couple times this week. Dude's got a rocket. He can sling it for sure. He's been nothing but respectful to me.
As spring wraps, they're confident in what they have.
We've had some bumps. We've had, some dips, but I think those have leveled out. We've addressed those, so I think we're in a really good place.
In Ann Arbor, Joel Sebastianelli, BCSN.